So it promises to be a most outstanding double dip. As to Jones and Solis, here's what they bring to the dance. Poison Junior Jones is a nice guy who's been making big noise in the bantamweight division. Jose Vega-Gil is still hearing that noise. He went down early, and although he did stick around for the distance, Jones was the easy winner. That was good for me, said Junior. After that fight, he said, I'm capable of going 10 rounds, and I know it. I don't have to knock everybody out. A comforting thought, I'm sure, for Alejandro Sanabria. But Junior didn't say he wouldn't take a knockout if the chance presented itself. It did. Adios Sanabria in round number 7. It was probably Junior Jones' most impressive win to date. And what it did is set the tone for the next step, which comes tonight. Now, lest you think Ramon Solis isn't a worthy opponent, all you have to do is ask Scotty Olsen. It looked early like Olsen was going to run away and hide from Solis as he put him down. But most observers in the end felt Solis deserved a better judgment, that it was he, not Olsen, that should have his hand raised when it was all over. What Solis did earn was respect. And with respect comes another chance. That chance comes tonight against yet another up-and-coming prospect. And there is that man of whom we spoke, Ramon Solis, and he is a guy who is experienced. He knows his way around. A lot of people thought he beat Scotty Olsen, not the other way around, and he cut him up, and he had a very serious eye problem, did Scotty Olsen. He still hasn't recovered from. On the other hand, Poison Junior Jones coming off what we have to consider his best effort against Sanabria, and we've seen him fight several times, and that's as good as I've seen him. Definite prospect. Been talking about Richardson for the championship. A lot of good fights out there amongst the bantamweights, and we'll talk a little bit more of that as this fight goes on. Ray, let's talk a little about the keys to victory for Jones. One thing is very important. He has to keep Solis at the end of that jab.
Well, Jones has a beautiful left jab, so he must keep Solis at the end of that left jab, and he just can't look past him. He has to maintain concentration. With Solis, the pressure. He's so strong inside, and he must back Jones up. So those are the key factors here.
He was able to back up Scotty Olsen, and that's why he did so well in that fight, and we'll see whether he can do it against the more mobile Junior Jones. Should be a very good fight. Let's meet him now with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Merv's Place, Merv Griffin's Resorts, Casino Hotel here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated and the undisputed, undefeated King of Beer, Budweiser, presents professional boxing for your entertainment. All the bouts tonight are sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with 10 rounds. This is in the bantamweight division. The referee for this bout is Frank Cappuccino. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks with white trim and weighing 116.5 pounds, he's fighting out of Alice, Texas. As a professional, 22 victories, 16 KOs against 8 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, Ramon Solis. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent wearing the white trunks with dark blue letters, weighing 117.5 pounds, from Brooklyn, New York. Undefeated as a professional, 18-0, 12 KOs. He's ranked 5th in the world by the WBA. Ladies and gentlemen, Poison Junior Jones.
And Ray, let's talk a little about the rules in New Jersey. Not too many surprises here.
No big surprise. The 3 knockdown rule will be in effect. Standing 8 count. The physician can stop the fight. 10-point must system. 3 judges will score the fight, and the fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
That's the only thing that's a little bit different. Some fighters can be saved with the bell in the final round, not here in the state of New Jersey. So we're just about set to go. It'll be Solis in the red trunks and Poison Junior Jones in the white trunks. Want to mention that my partner Al Bernstein is the Grand Marshal of the Payson, Arizona Rodeo, and that's why he is missing in action, literally, tonight. Pretty good left hand by Solis. Took 2 and gave 1. You see the knockout ratio here. Solis a little bit better in knockout percentage, but Jones can get you out of there. Neither one a real threat to get you out with 1 punch.
Well, Solis has a tendency to wear his opponents down. I mean, he hits to the body, hits to the head, and his punch is not really straight. I mean, the way he was able to land punches on Scotty Olsen proved that whatever punch he hits you with has a tendency to do damage. And here with Jones, I mean, here's a young man, good left jab. I mean, he looks like a miniature Thomas Hearns. A huge upper body, very small legs, good hand speed.
He really does. You know, I never thought of that, but there is a very strong physical resemblance to Tommy Hearns in a smaller package.
A smaller package. And Jones, a good left jab when he decides to use it. Has been a very effective punch for him throughout his career. Because what happens, Barry, with that long left jab, he's able to set his man up for the right hand.
And Solis was there with a counter right hand a moment ago, and it was a pretty good punch. He blocked 3 of Jones' punches and hit him with a counter right hand. And Solis taking most of those on the arms, actually.
That was pretty by Jones. He's spinning Solis around, and he stayed on top of him. Normally when a guy has a tendency to get an opponent off balance, he has a tendency to back away. Now what's dangerous here, I must say this, what's dangerous for Jones is when he's throwing his punches, he's directly in front of Solis. He doesn't want to be there.
One thing I do like about, there's a good counter right hand again from Solis. He has been looking to counter with a right. One thing I started to say I do like about Jones is he has a good ability to get his punches back. It's not just a question of getting them out there quickly, it's getting them back quickly, and he does do that.
He just hit against Solis. Jones has to always stay focused. He can't fall asleep on this young man here. And I think that's what happened to Scotty Olsen. Scotty thought he had him in the early round by putting him down, and all of a sudden, Solis showed his staying power and came back.
We talked in the Keys about the fact that Jones cannot look by Solis. People are talking about him as a contender now for a title fight in the very near future, and he has to worry about business first.
Another factor here, when Jones throws punches, he needs to keep those hands very high.
So we come to the end of the first round, and a pretty even round. Solis able to counter a little bit, and Jones utilizing the jab. We start the second round. Neither man really effective off the jab. Jones threw the jab 50 times, but only had a 28% connect percentage, and Solis didn't even bother with it, 2 of 21.
We just saw a solid left jab by Jones, and it knocked Solis back.
And he came with a right hand behind it. Jones again with a double right hand and a left, and that rocks Solis.
Oh, these are some great combinations by Jones. But again, he can't get too over anxious here. He's winging his punches. He needs to settle down a little bit more and pick a shot. Go to the body every now and then.
As he did right there. He's got Solis in retreat right at the moment, too. And Solis, the fighter, needs to come straight ahead.
Well, the left jab is bothering Solis. You see here, Solis now is totally discombobulated. The jab is really bothering him. Good spin, now he should counter.
An uppercut, that's a tough punch to throw, isn't it? An uppercut from outside. He took a left hand from Solis.
It's a dangerous punch. Look here. With Jones, he has a tendency to throw that uppercut from the outside. That's what happened with Buster Douglas against Evander Holyfield. It's a dangerous punch.
Solis bleeding from the mouth now. And right at the moment, Solis fighting off his heels.
This can really be a clinic that Jones put Solis through. Just using his jab and just box him. Make him commit him to mistakes and capitalize on them.
Another pretty good left hook from Jones. And again, Solis.
Solis is hurt, Barry. And I say that because his legs are not stable.
Haven't been since that rally early in this round. Jones being very patient. And another good left hand by Jones.
Short left hook. Solis retreating here.
Straight right hand hurts Solis, and he holds on. Solis has a long way to go in this round, still almost 40 seconds.
Jones needs to bring those hands down with body shots, and he's starting to do that already.
You know, right here at this point, something you and I were talking about just a couple minutes before we went on the air. Here's a round that Jones has dominated, and yet you won't likely see any judge score this a 10-8 round because there hasn't been a knockdown.
That is true, Barry, and sometimes it gets a little confusing. But one thing about it, this is Jones' round.
Big time.
All right, break, fellas. They're both tied. Come on now.
And still, you talked about Solis' legs. All you had to do is take a look at that shot. Solis has no legs.
He
He wobbled after that one, and a left hand he wobbles again, and a right hand behind it at the bell. Huge round for Junior Jones.
Big
Hey, how
round.
you feel? ¿Cómo está?
They will need to revive Solis in his corner.
He may be.
I don't think he wants to fight.
I'm wondering. I'm not trying to play doctor here, but I wonder if he broke his jaw. They stopped the fight.
He broke his spirit, if anything.
I think he was bleeding fairly heavily from the mouth, and I don't understand Spanish, but he made some reference to his jaw. We'll try to find out, but that wouldn't surprise me at all.
A very impressive fight for Junior Jones. He put his punches together. He worked his jab. He had his man in trouble and took advantage of it. Now here's the left jab that started things off. So solid left jab by Poison Jones. That jab there sent Solis just back.
19 out of 38 in that round on the Jones jab. That after a first round, 14 of 50.
And here we just see it's just a matter of time because all of a sudden Jones is putting both hands together, combinations after combinations. The left hook was a thing of beauty too. And here's a punch we think did the most damage, the left hook. And here Solis was on clear streak.
Boy.
Good performance by Jones.
Very, very impressive. Very impressive. Thought he did a good job against Sanabria, but he was equally as impressive in this fight. And now the talk, I'm sure, of a title shot for Junior Jones will really start to pick up a little bit. And here are the numbers for the fight. 89 of 185, 48% for Jones, and far more effective in the second round he was in the first round.
Well, for Jones, you can see the accuracy. I mean, again, this young man is getting better and better.
Let's get the official word now from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, acting on the advice of attending physician ringside, Dr. Dominic Coletta Jr., referee Frank Cappuccino calls a halt to this bout at the end of the second round. The winner by TKO is record now 19-0 with 13 KOs. Poison Junior Jones.
Well, an impressive win for Junior Jones, and I guess the real mark of a young fighter like him is that you improve with every outing, and Junior Jones has certainly done that. We've seen him now about a half a dozen times. He seems to be getting better every time. It's Poison Junior Jones, who in fact was poisoned tonight for Ramon Solis. Ray, you liked him.
Well, Barry, I said this young man gets better and better each time he steps into the ring. And Junior, what's the left jab? I commented there was the left jab that pretty much got things started.
Yeah, well, the left jab had a lot of snap on, like I told you earlier today. Once I get the jab started, that's the offense and defense.
And the body shots seem to be working very well.
Yeah, well, that's kind of certain things we're working on at the gym was to go to the body and the head would die.
You said that Sanabria was your best performance. I think this was your best performance. How do you feel about that?
Well, before this fight, you don't remember how did you go in your last fight. And I didn't really know the outcome of this fight, but this fight has to be one of the best fights I fought as far as consistency go.
Well, you threw some dynamite punches and try to walk us through that because all of a sudden you totally dominated.
Well, the whole thing was, I try to overpower these guys. Well, this was set up by the jab and, to come with the left hooks. And I was able to, get the power punches in more because the jab was more effective.
Your punches are a lot cleaner and more powerful. You seem to get more leverage behind each punch now.
Yeah, that's because we're not working on throwing the punches quick. Before, I was throwing the punches fast and trying to get out at the same time, but now I'm starting to settle down more and, be consistently.
Well, let's find out what's next for you, Joey.
Well, Ray, I think he's ready now for almost anybody in the world. We'd like to fight Greg Richardson for the title, but I spoke to Ron Katz, and what he's going to do is keep Junior busy.
Busy he is. In fact, Barrett, this young man is only getting better.
I'd like to thank everybody in Pink Hill, North Carolina, Dino in North Carolina, and everybody in Bushwick and Flatbush.
All right, got all the thank yous in, did his business, and did it quickly. Fine performance for Poisoned Junior Jones. We've still got a lot more to go. We have already